Hey guys, and welcome back to my Warframe beginner's guide. So today we are going to try farm for our second Warframe. Right now I am thinking of going for Rhino, so we can farm for the Venus boss for the Rhino parts. In total we will need 3 parts from the boss: the Rhino head, chassis and systems blueprint. You get a guaranteed drop for each part at the end of the mission, but you only get 1 part. I believe the systems are slightly rarer than other 2 parts, but eventually you will get them as long as you keep killing the boss. Okay, so how do we get to the Venus boss? Well, first let's go into the Venus tile set to see what it looks like. So at first we should have this Cytherean node unlocked. I've already beaten this node, so the side 2 nodes have unlocked for me. The boss node is located here with this eye symbol, and it is the Jackal boss. So how do we get to this node? Well, as I said before, once you beat a node, the side nodes will unlock, so we'll have to unnode node by node until we get to the boss node. As you can see, we cannot go this way around the planet because there's no connecting node to the boss node. However, we can go this way. So for instance, we have to do this mission, then we have a choice of these 2 which will unlock. But then if we complete either one, we should get this node, then we can unlock this one, and finally we get to the boss. So in total we'll need to complete, if we have not finished this first node, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes, and then we can reach the boss node. So let me do that quickly and I'll get back to you guys once I have the boss node unlocked.
2 hours later.
Yo, we are back and we have finally unlocked the assassination node. But first, before we get into the boss fight, let's upgrade a few of our mods first so we do a bit more damage. So the Jackal is a Corpus boss, so he is weak to magnetic damage and he's also weak to radiation damage. But if you have pure electricity damage, that could work as well. It will just be slightly less effective. So right now we have Shocking Touch. If you want to make magnetic damage, we can combine electricity with cold. As you can see, our electricity damage went to 0 and our magnetic damage went up. If we wanted to make radiation damage instead, we could combine electricity with heat damage instead. But as you can see, we don't have a heat damage mod, so we will either keep it at magnetic, or let's try to upgrade our Shocking Touch to do a bit more electricity damage. So to upgrade, we would actually go to, well, our mod page. Then we click on mods at the bottom here. For console, it's probably the same. Then we choose our mod we want to upgrade, and we click on fusion to start fusing into the selected mod. Now we do have some fusion cores which is used to upgrade mods directly, so let's use those. We'll use all of these, use all of our mods. So as you can see, it'll rank up to rank 4. Our electricity damage goes up from 15% up to 75%, and it will cost us 19,000, almost 20,000 to upgrade this mod. We do have enough credits, so let's go ahead and do that just to do a bit more damage. And we got an achievement for that as well. Now you can see we actually do a lot more electricity damage, from 6.3 damage to 31.5. We do not have enough space to combine, but let's see what happens if we put in a north wind. We do get 31.5 magnetic damage instead. Let's stick with that. Let's stick with magnetic damage for now, and for our secondary weapons we will stick with radiation. That's good. We don't have enough fusion cores to upgrade any more mods, so I'd say we can stick with this loadout. Our rifle is also okay. We don't really need the Bane of Benear, but I don't think the Metal Auger would work either, so let's just stick with Bane of Corpus, Serration, a bit of puncture damage, and a bit of magazine capacity. All of these mods are unupgraded. And for our Volt, let's see. I would have liked to upgrade my Intensifier to do a little bit more damage with my 1 ability, and maybe our 4 as well. But this is pretty good. We have a normal redirection which boosts our shield from, well, with a broken one it's 360, a normal one boosted to 390, and a vitality just to increase our health as well, from 220 all the way up to 260, and steel fiber just for a little bit of extra armor. The rest is power mods. For instance, this gives us extra energy, this increases our power strength, power duration, and our power range. Let's see. Yeah, these mods are pretty good for now, and let's get straight into the boss fight. So we go to our navigation, Venus, and let's go to our Jackal assassination node, and let's get to it. Okay, we are at the Jackal boss, and well, let's get started with it.
The assassination target is here. Wipe them out.
Okay, so for the Jackal fight, we actually want to burst down one of his legs first until he gets downed. Once he is downed, he is vulnerable to attacks, so this is when you burst him down with DPS. You can either attack him with melee or your weapons, whatever does the most damage and whatever you're most comfortable with. So you have to continue bursting down one of his legs. Once he gets downed again, you keep doing this until he is completely dead and the fight is over. But you do have to watch out for one of his phases. When he gets weakened to about, I believe, 25% health, or it was maybe 50% health, he starts firing a barrage of missiles that do quite a lot of damage. Also, he summons some mine ospreys that will deploy mines across the field. You should be careful of those and try to take out those ospreys as soon as possible to avoid any accidental deaths. Okay, so we finally killed the Jackal and exit is right here. So, let's see our rewards.
Target down. Assassination contract.
Yes, we get the Howl of the Kubo quest for killing the Jackal. We get the Jupiter nav segment, and we get a guaranteed Rhino part. For this run, we got the Rhino chassis. So, let's see what the build requirements are. And also, if it's your first time killing a boss, you should get their sigil as well. For instance, we got the Jackal sigil. As you can see, we also got a message from the Stalker. The Stalker is the boss that will hunt players once they have killed a boss. And as you can see, we can see if we're marked by the Stalker or not by clicking on our profile. We are marked for death by the Stalker. And now let us check out our Rhino chassis part. So as you can see, our Rhino chassis requires 3 components to build. It will differ from recipe to recipe. For instance, we did get a Volt helmet from a alert. This requires 4 different materials. Also, for the Rhino chassis, we require 15,000 credits to build each part. So the helmet, the chassis, and the systems will require 15,000 and their own materials to build as well. To build the Rhino, we do need to build all 3 parts, and we need to buy the recipe from the market. So it will cost 15,000 times 3, so that will be 45,000 to build all 3 parts. And we will require the Warframe blueprints in the market over here. We'll need to buy the Rhino blueprint. It is 35,000 to buy the blueprint, and we require a mastery rank of 2 to be able to build the Rhino. Once we have the blueprint and all 3 parts built, it will also require 1 Orokin cell as well as 25,000 in order to build the entire frame. So what you want to do is farm the Jackal until you have all 3 parts, the helmet, chassis, and systems. Then build those 3 parts. That should take, I believe it is 12 hours each. Once those are built, collect all 3, and once you have the blueprint and you are mastery rank 2, then you are able to build the Rhino. Of course, with the required materials as well. So I'm going to kill the Jackal a few more times until I have all 3 parts. So see you guys until then. I'm going to skip forward a bit.
A few moments later.
We are back, and we got very lucky. We obtained all 3 parts within 3 runs. Usually it takes me about 5 to 6 runs to obtain all the parts because I get a few doubles, like 2 Rhino helmets, 3 chassis, no systems, etc. But we got extremely lucky, and we have all 3 parts over here in our foundry. So we actually need 300 ruby dough, another 500, so 800 total. We need 1 neural sensor, 1 control module, and 600 plastids. We can actually obtain ruby dough right now and a neural sensor because we unlocked Jupiter, but for now we don't have a means to obtain plastids and control modules. I can show you on the mini-map right now. Okay, for instance, if we want Rubido, we can click on Earth. If you want to see what materials each planet has, you just have to hover over them. If you don't really know what the symbol is, we can just click into them. And on the right hand side, it'll show all 4 materials that each planet offers. So if we want Rubido, we just do missions on Earth, open some crates, destroy some crates on Earth, and hopefully we get enough Rubido. For neural sensors, we go to Jupiter. Jupiter, as the same, we open crates, kill enemies, and they all have a chance to drop neural sensors. Control modules though, we don't really have a means right now, but I did farm on Venus. There's an excavation mission over here, E-Gate. On E-Gate you can farm, I believe every 3rd reward for excavation is a guaranteed tower key, tower 1 key. Well, it's not every 3rd, it'll be every 3rd and then another 4. So every 3rd, every 7th, every 11th, and so on and so on. Because of the way rewards are given in infinite missions, so to say. Basically, infinite missions have a reward of, they give you A, B, C rewards. A and A will be the same rewards, B will be a different reward, C will be a different reward. The tower key will be guaranteed on the B reward, so it'll be the 3rd reward, and then it'll continue. So it'll go AABC, AABC, AABC. So you can see that every B reward will be the 3rd, the 7th, the 11th, etc. You can farm it on Venus E-Gate, which will be a Corpus map, or I prefer it on Earth Lua. I do not have it unlocked yet, but Lua also has the same rewards. So if you want to farm for Void keys, Tower 1 keys to be specific, you can go to Earth or Venus for the Tower 1 keys. Excavation missions, of course. And the Void, I find that control modules drop like candy. That's personally for me. But I did farm for a Tower 1 defense key. That's where I'll probably get my control module. And maybe some Rubido as well. As for the plasters we're missing, we have to unlock Saturn earliest to get it. We also need Saturn to get our first Oricon cell as well. So in order to unlock Saturn, we just have to kill the Mars boss once. The Mars boss is the Sergeant, and he is over here on this node called War. So if we want to get over there, we can actually go both ways. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missions to get there, or we can go the other way. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, 11. Obviously this way is shorter, but you can go whichever way you like. We need to kill him at least once to be able to get our Saturn nav coordinate, to be able to get our Oricon cell, and plasters to get our Rhino frame eventually. Okay, so that is the basics of how to get your Warframe of choice. Basically you get your 3 components, your helmet, chassis, and systems blueprint, and then you get the actual blueprint from the market. Build all 3 components first, and then once you have all 3 components built, claim them and then build them into the actual Warframe with the actual blueprint from the market. But that's it for now. I hope to see you guys in the next episode. In the next episode, I will try to start on the quest we got from the Venus boss, Howl of the Kubro. This gets us our first companion. Of course, we can choose between a Kubro or a Sentinel. Sentinels you can buy outright from the market under equipment and Sentinel blueprints. They cost quite a lot, 100,000 each, but I would say the most useful one right now is the Carrier, because it can suck up loot for you in a radius instead of you having to walk over loot by yourself. But yes, next episode I do hope to start on the Howl of the Kubro quest instead of Once Awake. We will eventually get to finish Once Awake, but we can try get our Howl of the Kubro first. So see you guys until next time, and see ya!